Hello and welcome to another Super Hondas video. In a previous video you'll have seen that I collected all the parts for the air conditioning system, or certainly the majority of the parts that we're going to fit to the Honda Prelude. And now we're going to go ahead with that. I've been getting things together and hopefully things are going to go smoothly. But with it being a third generation Prelude, they're probably not. So let's get on with it. So after making a bunch of inquiries and looking at the condition of the compressor and the condenser that I got off the car, the main thing I was aiming to achieve here is to have the original parts so we could work on them. But looking at them more closely, yes, some of the brackets are in good condition, others not so, but they're not too bad and they can be salvaged. But this bit in the middle, am I going to put it on the car and risk that it's just going to be sealed just like it was 5 years ago? Was it sealed? Was there a leak? Were the gases already coming out? I'm not going to take that chance. And certainly, even if it worked when we first put it on, what I wouldn't want to do is to travel across Europe in August and find out that the air conditioning has stopped working. So that is going in, and also this compressor as well. It needs cleaning up. You look on the back of this and you'll see rust on the back of the pulley wheel. Okay, that's no major thing as long as it works properly, but 37 years on a car, I'm not sure about that. And if we listen to the bearing here, you can hear it. And I would say that bearing's going to need replacing, and other things on the compressor to make it good and like new. So I'm going to be taking it to a place tomorrow morning, and we're going to hand it over to them, and hopefully they're going to sort all these out for us and they'll be all renewed and ready to go back on the car. So today I'm back at Aaron Jessup Restorations in Lincolnshire. I've bought some parts to him and he's going to get these blasted and painted for us. I can't take them away today because they're going to be done in an epoxy that will take at least 24 hours to harden off. So we've got for the air conditioning fan, we've got the casing there. It's not in too bad a condition, but it'd be nice to just get it painted before it goes on. The idler wheel assembly, the bracket for the accumulator receiver, and some of the bits as well. So they're going to look really nice when they're done. If you ever want some paintwork done on your car and body work properly, CRXs are his favourite, but he also does Honda Integras and of course the odd third generation Prelude as well. He's got all the tools that you'd expect for somebody who can remake body panels from scratch. The English wheel here. We've got this Pullmax, which is a rare machine. You can do all sorts of wonderful things with, and shape the metal and everything else for that matter as well. So he does literally take some of these cars down to the bare metal. I'm not going to enter in here because obviously he's in the middle of a job, but this again is another Integra DC2. So this is a DC2 UK spec Integra. That's project underway, and this is Aaron's own car, which is well, you can see it's completely stripped out. More of a track car really. And then this one is actually for sale, which is an earlier 16 valve CRX, and that's up for sale at the moment. A customer had it done, but he's unfortunately moved out of the country, so he's wanted to sell the car on. So all the bits are into the sandblaster. It'll probably take an hour to go through this lot and get everything cleaned up. And I'll get them back in a few days once the epoxy paint is dry. Getting things done on this air conditioning system is proving to be quite difficult. Initially, the compressor was handed over to the Radiator people, the ones that are sorting out the condenser, and I was hoping that they were going to be able to turn that around for me so that everything was working when we got it back and cleaned up. Unfortunately, the quote they gave was quite astronomical. They were using a third party that was far too expensive. So I did find another company online, and they offered to remanufacture it. I thought it was great. It wasn't going to cost that much money, and they pick it up and send it back to me after 10 days. 10 days later, oh no news from them, and I chased them, and in the end they admitted they couldn't get the parts. So I asked them to send it back because time was ticking away, and obviously we hadn't got that much time to get all this fitted. So that was returned, and I went back to the Radiator manufacturer and said to them, can they do anything with it? And they said they could pressure test it, and that's really all they could do. So then I've got a bearing from the US that literally is just on its way over now and should land tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be able to get that fitted on the day once it's been pressure tested, and let's hope that's going to be okay. So that's really is just an update as to the difficulties that I'm having getting everything together to do this job. We're determined to get there. We will get there, and hopefully everything will go smoothly on the day. So finally the day has come to fit all the parts for the air conditioning system, and I'm hoping I've got everything together. I've got my two friends here, Honda technicians, who are doing the work for me, and we've made a start already. Front bumpers off, and we're getting going with fitting the parts. I've got majority of the parts here laid out. This is the remanufactured condenser. We've got the wiring loom here. This is the fan enclosure there. The fans had new bolts, washers and screws on, and various other components. As you can see, the idler assemblies had paint as well as the bolts, a new belt, and we've got a new receiver dryer in that box to replace the old one that's sitting next to it as well, and the bracket that it sits in has been repainted. And we've got all new bolts there ready to go, so hopefully we've got everything. I've got to go and get the pipework back. Unfortunately it wasn't ready, so I'm going to have to nip off and get that, and that's being cleaned this morning, and the compressor is being cleaned out, and I think we're going to have to change the bearing on it. Here's the evaporator, which is going to go under the dash, which I've just got to unwrap now, ready for Alan to put in. Okay, so that's the fan back together again. New clip, new screws, and a new bolt on the front. So it's looking good now, ready to go back in the car. So Alan started inside. He's already got the glove box out and locating the wiring so that we can get the evaporator box in under the dash, which fits behind the glove box, and we're hoping that the wiring loom is all intact and ready to plug in. Now we're causing Alan some problems here because he's going to have to open up the evaporator box so that we can change the expansion valve, which is located just here. There is some dirt inside the box. It would be good to clean that out, otherwise it might smell. So that's what Alan's doing right now.
Taking it all apart.
So the top slam panel is being removed so that we can access the area to put the condenser in. Bonnet latch has already been removed, which has the horn attached to it, and now we've got access to the front here, and hopefully that's going to slot in perfectly. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it was made for it. We just got the evaporator box apart, and look at that.
It's
absolutely filthy, gunged up. you know, when you switch on your air conditioning, you get that strange smell. This is what it is. You've got all this inside the evaporator box, and then it comes through into the car. So I'm actually really glad we've done this. And of course, now we can access the expansion valve there and get it changed over. So the old expansion valve has come out, and it's a good job really, because we needed to put the new green O-rings, which I've got a packet of in here, and Alan is now just fitting it into the unit. The copper pipe work was opposite hand because I got the part from the US, but he managed to...
But I'm neatly doing it.
Yeah, so it doesn't touch the fins. That's the object of the whole thing. You don't want to be touching the fins.
Just make it all nice and neat. That's the name of the game.
So here we're going to have to get the power steering pump off so we can get access and get the idler wheel assembly in. I think the alternator's got... Is the alternator got to come out of place as well? Yeah, the alternator's got to come out as well. As you can see, it's fairly tight in there, but there's quite clearly space for it to go in there. It's just you can't see it at the moment. Yeah, we've got to put the switch in here as well. I guess we're going to have to get the control unit out there, are we?
Well,
although it just looks like it slots in, and but of course you need to do it from the back, I guess.
I don't know where the control unit goes on these. We'll have to find out. If it's this side, they must. The wiring's going to be here somewhere.
Yeah. So we've got to put in this new receiver dryer, and we've got the rubber off the old unit, and have taped it on so that it fits the bracket correctly. And we've got to put a new switch in here as well. The problem is that it needs a long bolt to go in there, and it seems to be we're going to have to find another one now, but I'm sure we'll get one of those together and get it back in. So the condenser's all in position, and we've got the bonnet catch, everything back in, the horn, everything's connected up here now, ready to go, ready for the pipe work to be connected. And I'm just about to go and get that because it's been cleaned up and ready to go for us, hopefully. And at the moment, it's the receiver dryer is being fitted into this area, but because it's slightly fatter than the one that came off, it's very tight up to the washer bottle. So that's going to be a bit of a fiddle, but I'm sure we'll achieve it. So we're just testing the pipes. They're cleaning them through the old minerals deposits and testing them for leaks, and those have been done. We just got another one here that's going in. So I guess we should have really expected this. Where one of the brackets goes on this piece of pipe, just this place here, there is a small leak. And now we have a problem because obviously we're fitting everything to the car, but we've got a leaking pipe, which can be repaired. It can be welded, but whether we can get it done now is another matter. And I'm at the radiator place now, who's cleaning all these pipes out. Everything else is tested and everything else is absolutely fine, but yeah, you can see that it's there's corrosion there, so I guess to be expected. So the idler assembly is back in with its adjuster and everything. We've got all the pipe work now plumbed in, going through into the bulkhead, which leads through into the inside of the car. And we have a problem at the moment with the compressor, because the bearing that we've got, unfortunately the internal race on it is slightly too thick, so we are going to have to get that machined out, because getting the old bearing out, there is damage to the race of the bearing, and yeah, it's not running now.
Right, this morning,
yeah,
this was blue taped.
Okay, yeah.
With a bung, which
Yeah.
we've taken off.
Yeah.
We've plugged the harness that was supplied into there.
Yeah.
And that's a diode.
Yeah.
This runs all the way along the front of the car.
Yeah.
To be clipped in. All we've got on there is the compressor wiring and the
compressor
fan.
wiring,
And there should be another takeoff on here for the pressure switch.
Yeah, which is weird because there's no
outlet.
Yeah.
So this must be the wrong harness. Wrong sub harness.
We don't know why we've got the wrong loom. It came off a car which this was fitted to. It doesn't make any sense, but if we can get around it, that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use the original bearing because we damaged it when we removed it from the clutch pulley assembly. That can be fixed. I'm sure we're going to get the resolve this week. The final thing, we seem to be missing some of the loom that connects between the fan and also the compressor. The pressure switch is in the receiver dryer. Without that connection, the whole thing will destroy itself after a period of time. So that's essential we get that piece of loom, but it's working out where we need to connect it, and actually hopefully we can get the correct piece of loom from the car that was the donor. I'm waiting to see on that. The guy who got it off is going to have a look, and hopefully that gets resolved. The other thing we seem to be missing is that the compressor relay, we don't have one of those as well. So obviously that should be a quick remove from the fuse box from the donor car. And hopefully we're going to get this resolved in the next couple of weeks, because I've got a journey coming up and I'm looking forward to having air conditioning. So we'll see. Anyway, these things come to try us. These cars, these third gen Preludes, always come to try us. And we usually get there in the end. In fact, we have done before. So keep watching and subscribe if you haven't done already, and like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.